right, Sam, thank you. It is time for Tomer's Trails. Well, it's a new year, and that often brings new goals. And for some, that will mean attempting a 14er or some other high peak in calendar winter. And there are important things to keep in mind to stay safe.
Turned around, and you can see why.
You're looking at typical conditions on Quandary Peak in January. Climbing a 14er in the winter time is 180 degrees from summer. You'll either love it or hate it. There are important things, though, to keep in mind in order to succeed. Here are my top 5. The first item, don't underestimate the conditions.
Once we get some more storms, and now we have layers on top of this, this will be a persistent weak layer that we'll want to look for.
Thoroughly understand avalanches, and most importantly, take a class out in the field with an expert like J.C. Norley.
So I'm going to do 10 taps from the wrist. Whoop.
6.
So that was a CT6, and it went on that depth pour layer.
Number 2 is weather. Know the forecast inside and out before stepping out the door.
How does it feel so far?
Fantastic. Great to be out. A little windy, but a great group.
That climb up Quandary with Ryan Kushner is a great example. Quandary is the standard first winter 14er for most. It's always windy.
What we do is we swap, so like Chris will break trail for like a few hundred yards and I'll break trail because then it keeps us fresh the whole time.
Number 3 is time. John and I took turns breaking trail on this climb up the Citadel. Everything in winter takes twice as long versus summer.
Very narrow, you can see there's just not much room here. And there comes John, cruising up.
Making it.
Pretty sweet.
Number 4 is gear. Buy waterproof, lightweight gear. If you cut corners, it will come back to bite you.
I could almost feel music in me. It was just the wind hit me in the face and the big view and the huge cold, and it's bringing a smile to my face now, just the memory of it, because it's just an incredible feeling to get up there and go, wow, I had to earn this. It was hard, but we did it, and I just feel better about it, and I feel better about life.
That's Jim Davidson after a hard-earned winter summit. It highlights number 5, know your limits. And oftentimes that means starting small and building up to bigger goals. Jim's dream of Everest only came after years of climbing smaller peaks.
The same thing can happen here in Colorado, is that somebody thinks they can't ever climb a mountain, and they go over and they summit Quandary, and you know, it's a dream.
Winter doesn't mean the end of dreams. It just means the road to get there is longer, colder, and always windier. Boy, I look at that list and I think that is so applicable right now. The avalanche factor is just huge. I mean, if you even think about going out, you really have to know what you're looking at when you get out there.
When you talk about time, not only do things take longer, but there's half as much daylight.
That's true.
You really are in a hurry.
And that's true. You have less time before the cold starts to settle in, the night and the dark, and all of that stuff has to be factored in.
Summer climbing, safety is paramount.
Yeah.
I imagine survival becomes paramount, really. You have to be prepared to have to necessarily survive in the winter.
And that's a whole nother skill, being able to build like a snow cave or, whatever it takes to make it through the night. So all these skills, you have to get them all, organized and know.
Hope for the best and expect the worst.
For sure.
One thing you need.
It takes a certain kind of person to do that. I look at you climbing that skinny little trail. I just think, oh my gosh, you've lost your marbles.
Well, yeah, I have, but it's a lot of it is just about suffering. I think that you really have to, in a weird way, like to suffer.
Enjoy the
Right,
process.
that's quite the sell.
Yeah.
Well, great athletes
yelling, he doesn't understand.
But great athletes talk about that with practice.
Yeah.
They say enjoy the process, embrace the process as part of it.
It's each step.
It is almost 8 o'clock and about